we have about 49, 50 students. The previous cohort, we had 35. And so that was a really big jump. And that actually beat our COVID numbers. The fact that we beat our previous numbers was, let's just say, amazing and a big surprise to us. And we weren't expecting. Prior to coming into the program, we were at an inflection point. So we used to offer courses in person in a physical building, and then we had to go online. We had built the world's best reputation for an in-person class, but no reputation for, we've never done an online course. So really it's kind of starting again and building that reputation online. And so really the challenge was, how do you go about doing that in a way that attracts talent globally and then really helps us to fill up our class. So really the challenge was for us was going from an in-person model to an online model, something that we've never really done before, and really trying to acquire customers in a new market, in a new way, in a way that we hadn't previously done.
This was COVID driven, right? We didn't have a choice. We weren't planning on doing this. It just sort of came down at us. And if you think about it, although the format is changing from in-person to online, what we soon realized is that you're effectively starting a new business from scratch, right? So how do you go from literally at your peak? I think we were at the 7th cohort, and then at the 8th cohort, it's like we got to build it up from ground. We only got a 3-month legway to do it. That's when Ahmed entered the picture for us. Neither of us are marketing or sales experts, right? We have organically learned as the business has grown. And what we realize is that we have a really short period of time to upskill on sort of marketing and sales to achieve the outcome we want prior to the start of the cohort, right? And I had been looking at Ahmed's content on LinkedIn for some time, right? His videos were just really speaking directly to my needs, right? Anyway, so we came across it. Eventually, I had a conversation with Mo, and Mo started to study a little bit of what Ahmed was offering. And, in the initial conversations, it almost felt like we're getting a part-time fractional marketing department to join our small team of product faculty, right? And that's kind of the value proposition I took away. And, the rest is history.
Really, like, coming into the program, first it was a breath of fresh air, and that, like, oh, there's a process to this. It's not just magically happen. Sales don't just happen. So really understanding the entire funnel, that was a great thing to know, and like the process that we had to go through. That was number one. Number two, our persona. So we were offering the program to anyone that came through, that wanted to sign up. Our persona was wide open to anywhere from junior PMs to like vice presidents, or whoever wanted to come to the program. And so going into Ahmed's program, we after the first module, we said, no, we want to pick a persona. We ended up picking a persona, which was a really big move for us, because going from everyone's your customer to a single persona and then changing your marketing according to that was a big step for us. But we decided to take the leap of faith and do that. Changing our persona made conversations a lot easier. Sales conversations that we were having in the past with this persona that we selected, it was difficult to convince them in the past, because they were like, well, is this course for me, or is it for is it for everyone? And so conversation got a lot easier with that specific persona that we really wanted to target, and that made sales easier as a result of it.
Let me start by saying this is not a cheap program, right? But as the saying goes, you get what you pay for, right? And like, I would say half the value in this course is the mindset shift that you go through, right? Ahmed has a huge focus on strategy and mindset. We've got the Monday mindset calls that constantly realign us to a different way of thinking. And honestly, I wouldn't have got this from a small shop or a ad hoc marketing guru that you find online, right? Like, he is serious, he is in the weeds, and he's proven through his business model that it's possible. So definitely echo Moira's point about science, but also the mindset. And I think the amount of resources that we get, right? We've got the online portal, we've got the weekly coaching calls. I don't know, I lost count. I think we have like 4 a week now. So there's a lot of value that you get. And for people that are looking to get into this program, my advice really is to participate in those calls, because you're getting one-on-one feedback from Ahmed, and I think that's really when you get exponential value from the course.
Enrollment for our last cohort, which is the fully virtual cohort, new audience, never done before, was our highest enrollment ever, which is pretty interesting and pretty surprising. We weren't expecting that. We have about 49, 50 students. The previous cohort we had 35. And so that was a really big jump. And that actually beat our pre-COVID numbers, which was pretty surprising because like again, like brand new business, you know, it's not a brand new business, but a brand new market, a brand new way of acquiring customers. And the fact that we beat our previous numbers was, let's just say, amazing and a big surprise to us. And we weren't expecting.
Result that made the course worth it, right? We went in thinking our enrollment will drop because of COVID. Not only did it not drop, it actually beat our historical, and like in 2 years, we haven't had enrollment this high. So it was a good achievement.
I would say, I mean, it's like you're doing yourself a disservice by not signing up, right? Like we are people like us, we're great at what we do. We're not great at marketing, right? It's not our function. And as I said, the world needs our services, and really like you're doing yourself a massive disservice by not getting the help that you could be getting to reach the maximum number of customers that you could be using. And yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll add to that by saying, look, I'm personally very data driven, and I need to see evidence of success before I'm convinced. And he not only do you have like 100 testimonials on your website from like thought leaders in their spaces talking about the course, but having gone through the experience ourselves, having seen the numbers, the ongoing support, not only have we benefited a lot, we're actually continuing with the course as part of the Momentum program going forward. So, I think it's 100% worth it. Your numbers will speak for yourself. And, if people want to talk to us about it, we're happy to share our experience too.